Hey, Harvey from Echo here with another tutorial for Bass Gorilla. In this video we're going to show you 10 tips you need to know in Serum. If you want to download this Ableton project from the video, please click the link in the video description. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when we release new videos. So let's get straight into it. So the first tip I want to show you particularly is one that I just called the Multiband Compression. It's a fairly widely known tip, I guess, but it's one you need to know. It's got a hidden little feature in the compressor. So I've just made like this pretty averagey rubbish bass patch, which sounds pretty boring and quite flat. And I've got some various effects going on here. So I've got some distortion, some compression, some EQ. Now the thing we want to concentrate on here is the compression, particularly this little button here. Now the compression is literally just, this is the default preset that it's come with straight away. So what happens when you press the multiband? It just helped open it up a lot more, and it does the similar effect to what you get in Ableton with the multiband dynamics effect. So what it is essentially is a mixture of multiband compression and expansion, mostly compression. So the next tip I want to show you is how to copy oscillators straight from one to another. So say we've been working a lot on this one oscillator that's pretty rubbish, but we would like to continue it over and we want to work it on oscillator B but maybe change it slightly, or maybe put some sync windows on it, who knows. So the way you do that is you go down to menu and you go copy oscillator A to B, and there you have it, exactly the same, except the only thing it doesn't have is the LFOs. So if we put this on there as well, it's exactly the same. So the third tip is using different noise in the noise generator section. So what we're going to do is going to turn oscillator A off, so you can hear no sound when I play any notes. Turn on the noise at level. So this is just the standard AC hum that it comes with. Now you've got loads of different noises to play around with. They've all got different characteristics. One thing I like to do is layer my subs with some noise and then like saturate them at the end. And what this does is it gives a sort of fluttered effect with whatever noise you use. So for example, we're using quite a mid-range noise, such as, I don't know, pink. You get like quite a muddy texture, which is not what you want. But if you have like quite a bright noise, such as this, it gives it a nice crisp top on the end. But then you've got loads of different types. You've got the chorus as well. Now, one really cool thing as well is it's got these things called attack, kick, and then attack, miss. Now, essentially what these are lots of different sampled saw waves or sine waves, whatever they may be. And what you do is you use, if you've synthesized a kick, for example, you use the envelope you use to synthesize that kick and put it on the level of this. And what essentially this does is it gives the kick a certain type of harmonic or punch tone to it. And it does it just for kicks and then others, such as claps, glass, lid, kick trans, all these different things. But you've also got other ones such as like some Foley as well, like an air can. A breath, which is quite scary. Paper bag, that's a really good one. You can do some really cool things with the pitch as well. So yeah, you've got lots of different things in the noise generator. Okay, so the next tip I'm going to show you is LFO amount curves. Now, basically what this is from this patch, I've just set up a pretty standard acid-y thing, and then all I've done is just put like a straight up LFO on the wavetable position, just to show you how it's working, what speed it's working at, etc. Now, if you go into matrix, you can see sort of how fast it's moving. You've got here on the left here the source, which is LFO, on which the one we're using, as we can see. Now if you just bump up the curve, basically what you get there is you can see the sort of little cursor there, how fast it's moving in regards to this curve that you set. You can do it the opposite way as well. So for example, you hear that it's more open. If you want to play more on that open sound, you can use this curve here. And the good thing about this is you don't have to go and edit the actual LFO in this. because what you can do is you can create a crazy LFO and then realize you want it a bit more curved and don't have to go back into, you know, all the fiddly bits about it. So what you can do is just make the LFO that you want and then just use the curve here to kind of adjust it a tiny bit more. Also, you can, you know, speed it up and whatever. The next thing I'm going to show you how to is how to modulate an LFO with an LFO, which is essentially LFOception. So the way we do that is we go down to Source. So we're on the Matrix tab up here. Go down to Source, and go down to LFO2, and this is the one we've got going here. We'll just set it quite slow, something like that or something. And essentially what you want to do here is just set destination, and then go down to LFOs, and then click LFO rate 1. And basically what that's doing is adjusting when we push this up. You can see once it reaches the top part here, that's when it's at its fastest. As you can see from here, so we pump up a bit more. Also, curve on this. And that's how you do an LFO and an LFO. So the next tip I want to show you is how to import a wavetable. So first of all, what we're going to do is we've just got the normal wavetable here. We're going to click on the little pencil icon up here, and then it brings up to the wavetable edit window. So from here you click import and then audio via dynamic pitch to 0 snap. Now here's a couple wavetables I made previously. I'm just going to select a random one. Hopefully it's not too bad, which probably is. It's horrible. But as you can see, this is a wavetable I've made, so these are the different frames. As you can see right at the end, it's a bit different. So if we just close this, you can see essentially what the wavetable looks like. So I'm just going to turn off this. And maybe just like keep. So essentially what we've got here is just a wavetable that I've just literally imported, and all it is literally is just an audio file, a WAV file of something I made in the root of C, I believe. So you can import anything, it doesn't matter what audio file. Okay, so the next tip I'm going to show you is how you actually export a wavetable. So we've got this little wavetable here that's just been made in the analog BD sine. So essentially it's like a pulse sine sort of sound. So if we go into the editor again, instead of import, you click export, and export all as 8-bit, or as 32-bit indeed. So do 32-bit, just get the highest quality WAV. And from here, just save it wherever you want. And then let's maybe just save it to the desktop and just call it Bass Gorilla something. So when we click import, so let's just say, let's go back and just change it or something. So then if we go in and import like we have in the previous one before, click that, we've got it there. Okay, so the next tip I want to show you is still in the wavetable edit menu. So if you get that back up, and I want to show you how to actually edit a wavetable. So if we just click on one of these, now you can see you've got like these different blocks. Now, and you've also on the side here got different curves. So from here what you can do is actually set a curve. So for example, say we might want to do this, or I don't know, let's try that, see what happens. Now we might want to copy that, paste that there, and there, and there. So what I've quickly just done here is I've done a different mixture of different waves here, as you can see. So you can move this up or down. And I've just made loads of different variations of this wave to make a sort of consistent wavetable. And if I just kind of sweep through them and show you what it looks like, as you can see, there's the little view. So you've got kind of a lot of little different harmonic ideas in there that you could switch with. So the next thing I'm going to show you, the penultimate tip, is comb filtering and its unique way on how you can get it in Serum. So I'm just going to stick with this little wave here. Quite like that one there. Now if we whack on the filter, and as you can see it's already automatically assigned to A, which is good. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and set this to flanges and click comb plus or minus. Plus is better. Now what you've got here, if I can turn this off, you can hear it slightly phased, which is good. So I'm just going to bump up the drive to make it a bit louder. Okay, so if I just push up the resonance, you can start to hear the combing. And if I just take the cutoff down like very gently, so you can get some really cool like bro steppy effects with this. So if I just do it very, very gently. And that's essentially how you can get with the comb filter. So we can do comb minus. Essentially it's just the frequencies inverted. But you can still get some cool effects with that. But remember, the main effect with it is the resonance, and that's how you get the amount of it, I guess. Okay, and so the last tip I want to show you is just about stereo width. Now, it's a relatively easy tip, but for when making sub basses, at least for me, I found this very useful, because as you know, whenever you do any detuning, it automatically sends both poles, hard left and hard right. As you can see, if you hold the detune button, knob, you can see the two poles, which means the two different voices. Now, here, listen to it now. It's very, very wide. Now, traditionally, people say you're not meant to have any stereo width whatsoever below, say, 100 or 90 Hertz. Now, this is because lower frequencies travel a lot further than any high frequencies or mid frequencies. So you want to kind of make them all mono as soon as you can, really. Now, one way you could do this in Ableton is you just have to go all the way into utility and then pull the width all the way down. But if you want to do it straight in Serum and keep it in that way, the easiest way is if you go to global and then take width down. Also, you can hear when you do this, it does make it mono, but if it's a sub like this, which is like quite a sorry sub, you kind of you want that sort of movement that you don't get if you have it all the way wide. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when we release new videos. Please also hit that like button and leave a comment below if you liked it. Thank you very much.